Hello and welcome to Drive and Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the podcast where we talk about 2 movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get into this week's episode, be sure to check out our Patreon. For $5 a month, you help support us, but also you get some sweet bonus content. Ryan, we are waiting for that tight 5. I know you've been practicing it. Please release it on the Patreon. My God, we've been just waiting, all of the listeners. And as soon as you get out there, I think our podcast Patreon is going to double, which
I
would
was
mean,
hoping I thought we'd be a comedy duo.
oh, like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll practice my. Does that mean we have to make a tight 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get two people on stage, you get more time.
Wow, that's
We should
why.
get like 6 guys. We can have like a tight 30.
That's what I was thinking. Why don't they do that more often? Like, if I went to Las Vegas, I'm not seeing some stand up alone. I want to make sure I'm seeing like a great comic duo.
I want to see like 6 comedians on stage at once, all
Joking at the
telling
same
jokes.
time. That's what I want to see too. But let's get into this week's episode. Today we are talking about Pickup on South Street from 1953. It is starring Richard Widmark and Jean Peters. Well, I should say also Thelma Ritter, who was nominated. This is an Oscar movie. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and she's actually, well, fun fact I learned, she is the most nominated woman in the supporting actress role. But this one is directed by Samuel Fuller, who we've actually covered before. Ryan, do you remember what Sam Fuller movie we talked about?
Oh yes, it was wasn't it Phoenix Story? No,
Mm-mm.
it wasn't that.
This one's probably gone from your mind. I'm going to be honest with you. Shark with Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah. No, I remember Shark.
You
The guy
remember Shark?
died, allegedly.
That's true. Okay, so that does make it a little bit more notable.
Couldn't
Um,
tell you anything that happened in the movie, but
no, but somebody did die. But yeah, so this
allegedly.
allegedly. But this is Pickup on South Street, which is one of his more popular movies. This is a noir movie. Um, like I said, nominated for an Oscar, and it's also in the 1001 Movies to Watch Before You Die. It's also in the National Film Registry. So it's really hitting all those. Whenever a movie has that kind of intro,
You
you got.
just wanted this to tick off those lists on your letterbox. Just
Oh,
admit it.
oh,
It's
yeah,
fine.
definitely. Sometimes I look at the 1001. I'm like, what would be good for the show? I know you like made pretty good headway into that list. Was this one of those movies that you've seen before?
No, I had
No.
not seen this before.
Okay, cool. Because I know you're you've done pretty good on the 1001 list.
Yeah, it's I think I had seen over half or something at one point, but I don't remember how many I've seen as of now.
Yeah, but here's the thing, the 1001 does not guarantee a good movie. Sorry to tell you guys that.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh yeah, all 1001 are good movies.
Yeah, well, why would they make you watch a bad movie before you die?
Okay, there's not even 1001 good movies ever, anytime,
Ever?
ever. There's maybe a good 300 good movies. That's
Is
it.
three and 300's not even one of them. You didn't that
No,
does not
no, it's
go.
not. Which I guess also means that we've now watched more more movies than there are good movies on the podcast.
So we have to make so the ones we said recommend to, that's one of the 300 best movies.
It is. Don't count up how many I'm at now. But we also got to do something special for episode 400, which is coming up. But we'll figure that one out. So this movie, it's pretty cool. Have you ever seen Pickpocket by Robert Bresson?
I don't believe so.
That's one I recommend. It's really good. And it's definitely playing a lot on this one. And I had seen that one before, so I saw a lot of similarities. But this movie did come first. Our main character, or one of our main characters, I should say, is Skip McCoy, who is stealing money from Candy. They are on a subway train together, and he goes up to her, shuffles his newspaper, puts it over her purse, and steals the wallet right out of her purse. The way this guy pickpockets, how do these people not know they're getting pickpocketed? He is in their face, like literally breathing in their face.
He's inches away from their like bodies, and like
Yeah.
his hands all up in their business too. And
Yeah, yeah, and
just
this is like his signature style.
and like because it's like everyone, like you said, like people are aware of who this criminal is just based off how he steals stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because that's something like the movie gets into later. But yeah, he steals something right out of her purse, and this is like classic noir. I don't know. I guess when I watched this, I realized how much I liked this style of movie where he gets into like these crazy circumstances without even like just inserting himself into it without realizing how deep the repercussions would be. He's thinking he's just getting some money out of this. Well, Candy actually has top secret government information in her purse, a microfilm, and she was on her way to deliver that. And because he pickpocketed it, he now has it. And he doesn't really know what he has, but he does put it in hiding. I think that's a really fun setup for a movie. Like, that's just like, oh, that's a great spy noir type mix.
That's You're right though, because I always like when main characters get put into these like situations unwillingly. It's not like, oh, like here's your assignment and that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just like he pickpocketed the wrong person. Because if he did that to any other woman, like it wouldn't have mattered. But
Mm-hmm.
because he did it to that girl, that's where it set off these events.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is a really fun way to go about it because it becomes a big deal because those are some really deep government secrets, and they actually intersect with. Guess what? It's the 1950s. I feel like any movie from the 50s, you gotta insert some communist. Communism is a big part of this, and that's who Candy is being forced to handle these secrets for is a communist man. Um, which that really goes in like a deeper later in the movie, but I want to bring it up now because I do think it's kind of funny. Gene Peters plays Candy in this movie, and I guess there well, this actually has nothing to do with it, but later in the movie, they're getting on to the pickpockets case. They're like, "Oh, are you really going to sell this to the commies? Are you really going to work with them?" And he says, "Oh, what are you waving your flag?" Talking about the American flag. And I guess J. Edgar Hoover sat down with the director and talked about how much he hated that part of the movie because he said this movie was unpatriotic, which is so funny.
Because he didn't automatically give back the microfilm to the
Mhm.
Americans.
Exactly, because he had thoughts, because he was willing to take money, because he's not a good person. That's kind of like
Well,
the
that's
point of the movie.
right. That's the point, is that he's not a good guy, and like the whole, because if he was a good guy, he wouldn't have been stealing stuff in the first place.
Yeah,
So obviously his morals are a little skewed.
exactly. And that's what's kind of fun about the movie is it's a movie from the 50s and we're playing with like kind of a darker character, and that's what noir was known for. This movie actually did though have trouble as far as the Hays Code goes. I guess there was a lot of issues, especially with like later on Candy gets hit and that's like
A
that was
lot.
yeah, that was a big like cause for concern for this, but it did get out there. Also, Gene Peters was married to Howard Hughes. Did you know this? I guess,
No,
yeah, for a very, very long time. So she was
like
married
when
to
he
Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh,
when he had like the tissue boxes on his feet or whatever. Like that's
yeah,
when she was.
yeah, she was married to him during his crazy years. Yeah. So that's really interesting. Um, but yeah, so he has this film, and now two parties are trying to find him. Candy is trying to find him, but so are the police. The police have gotten wind of this, and they need to find this microfilm because they were actually following Candy. And this is where the a really fun character enters the movie. Mo, played by Thelma Ritter, who is like she's like a seedy woman that knows all the pickpockets, everything they're doing, but she can be sold for any amount of value of cash to be told this information to the cops. She's a stoolie, even though she
He's
doesn't.
an informant. Yeah.
Yeah, and she doesn't like that term, but it's I like the character because like even our lead Skip, he's like, I have nothing against Mo. You know, she's getting by just like any of us. Everybody kind of respects Mo. Um, but she's like a smart character because she knows all the pickpockets in town and she can tell who a pickpocket is just based on how they steal. And that's how she instantly knows Skip was the one who stole the microfilm. Um, sorry,
Well,
excuse me.
well, yeah, and like you said, uh, Thelma Ritter was, nominated for this movie,
Hmm.
and she didn't win that year. So technically, that means that Zoe Saldana's performance is a lot better than hers.
You're absolutely right. And I totally agree. It's weird. I had that stuck in my head. Not stuck in my head, but I was thinking about that vagina plasty song from that movie today of all days. I was like, man, can you believe that like that was like an Oscar contender movie? Um,
Oh yeah,
God, which is crazy because, acting has changed so much over the years, of course. But I would say Thelma Ritter does put in a better performance here than she did than Zoe Saldana does in her movie. Thelma
well,
Ritter is actually a lot of fun.
yeah, it's not a big role, but
No.
but it is memorable enough you do the character does kind of stick around in your
Mhm.
mind a little bit. I did look really quick just to see, but she did lose this year to Josephine Hull for the movie Harvey.
Oh, that yeah, I get that. I do. I don't think that personally. I don't know if this is an Oscar-winning performance anyway. It's more of a fun, memorable performance. But I guess that's what supporting actor and actress. That's usually where the comedy roles get awards mostly.
Yeah.
I
So
guess I
I
guess
don't
she's
know if
not
I,
comedic, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I don't know what the competition looked like that year, but I didn't necessarily think that this is like, oh my God, like she's amazing in this movie. I just thought
No.
like, it's fun.
Yeah. She's fun in this, and that's kind of the whole movie. I think even Richard Widmark playing Skip, I think he's fun. He's kind of coy. I actually really like Jean Peters as Candy in this movie. If there was a performance that I did like, I thought she played Femme Fatale pretty good.
Correction, I did it wrong. It was Donna Reed one for From Here to Eternity.
Oh,
I got confused because Thelma Ritter was nominated
6 times.
one, two, three, 4 times in a row, like
Wow.
in a like
Oh my
back to back to
God.
back to back. So
And they
that's
couldn't
why I
give
got
her an award.
well, that's why I got thrown off because I thought this was like, oh, okay, this year she was not, but no, she lost to Donna Reed for From Here to Eternity, which is like
Which is an
a
amazing
very,
movie.
yeah, and a very memorable performance too.
Hmm. That one I definitely would say deserved the win over that over her.
Mm.
But yeah, everybody's pretty fun in this movie, and it ends up just kind of being a running back and forth movie. So that I realize the more I watch this, how little sets there are in this movie because Skip ends up hiding away on like a fish dock. That's where he hides the microfilm in like a basket he puts in the water. And it's a lot of interactions in there. The cops going there, looking around for him. Gene Peters shows up a few times. It definitely falls into some tropes. Candy falls in love with Skip almost immediately. I think as soon as she enters the door, Skip and Candy end up, oh, they're lovers now.
Did you buy their chemistry? 'Cause it seemed like a very toxic relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I would say like I question it. I don't think I've seen some movies where they don't have any chemistry, like at all. I won't say it fully clicks,
And
but I think it's just because they're both kind of bad people that it makes it feel weird.
well, okay, so yeah, they do have chemistry. I'm not gonna say they don't.
Yeah.
It's just it just doesn't feel right because it's just
Yeah.
because like you said, they're both not so great people, and Candy especially gets like abused pretty heavily in this movie.
She gets beat up a lot. Like she gets hit over the head, and it's pretty rough what they do to this character.
She gets full on punched in the face like at when she's like going into Skip's like shack.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, Skip gets hit too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's and like their relationship is very. She it feels like she loves him more than he loves her, because he will leave any instant that anything bad is going on. Like later, she makes an offer for that money. Like it's like, hey, you're gonna get this amount of money, and he leaves. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that. But she's like, are you really gonna sell it to the commies? And everybody in this movie is like, are you sure you want to work with the commies? Which I actually think for a movie from 53 to take that angle, little ballsy, in my opinion. Even if he's the bad guy, I feel like a movie from this era would have been like, just like you said earlier, you know what? I'm an American and I would never even think
Like,
twice about that.
well, it's like okay, it's like Hitler dead or alive. I
Hmm.
mean, granted, like they go to like it's these mobsters and they've probably murdered a lot of
Hmm.
people like before, and then they go to like Germany and they're just like this Hitler's bad news, or
Yeah.
you know, like granted Hitler is much worse, but at the same time, it's
Yes,
not
yes.
like they like their whole opinions like we're Americans, like we may be mobsters but we're Americans type of thing.
Americans first, mobsters second.
But yeah, I thought that too. Like any other movie would have just taken the angle of just like, oh my God, this is communist information. I need to turn this into Uncle Sam.
Yeah. But instead it's about him weighing his options and basically evading everybody in order to get there. But the real villain that kind of pushes the story forward is Candy's. They're not together. The way it sounded, they were together at one point, but now he has like control over her.
Mhm.
And he's able to force her to do these things. And he is very much a commie and will kill anybody to make sure that that microfilm gets in the right hands. And he kills Mo. And that scene's
I
crazy.
know.
The camera pans away and then you hear the gunshot. And later, like, they blew away her head.
Just imagine if this was like a movie made today, you just see like Moe's blood just splatter against the.
Oh, yeah. It'd be so violent. No, but I think that, you know what? So this is one of those times I feel like we didn't need to see it. Um, but no,
I think it'd be good. I think we needed to see an old lady's head getting blown off.
I think so too. I totally agree. I think that'd be so fun. An old lady tie salesman because she sells everybody. She sells ties to people. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, this movie is a quick 80 minutes. It's mostly just about him going back and forth, trying to figure out what to do with this. But I mean, of course, ultimately, he makes the right decision here. He makes sure that the Americans get what they need. Just all it took was Gene Peters getting the crap beaten out of her.
Oh yeah. I mean, so at the end of the very end of the movie, they kind of go with the route of like the cops are basically just like, with his past, he's probably going to go back to like a life of crime.
Hmm.
And, she's like, want to bet? And I'm like, yeah, I'd still bet that he's probably
Oh,
going to be a
yeah.
criminal. Like, you're not going to just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm an American hero now. I'm never going to steal
Yeah.
again. Like, this
Well,
is like it,
he
he's the same kind of freak that would probably just steal stuff just for fun, even though he doesn't
oh,
need to.
well, yeah, because he is in the second strike. He's almost three strikes, and he's going to be in prison for a long time, and he's still stealing stuff. And now he has it reset. He's back to zero strikes. He could do it two more times, easy peasy, and be fine.
Bam.
He must not
That's
be
like,
that good if he's been caught this many times.
well, yeah, I mean, you've seen how close he gets. He's practically just like fondling your chest as he's like reaching into your bag.
Yeah, getting because there's that scene where he gets the gun, and I swear to God, I want to rewatch the scene. The newspaper is in that guy's nose as he's like taking the gun out.
You would know, I feel like, because the gun was like the gun. It's not like the gun was like on his hip or anything like that. Like the gun was
Mhm.
like on his person.
Yeah, it
Like
was in there.
so, I feel like you would notice a gun being lifted from you.
100%. I keep saying that. I keep saying 100%. I don't know why.
99%.
I'm somewhat sure. No, I'm sure the perfect pickpocket could, but I don't know. This guy doesn't give me the vibe of a perfect pickpocket. But I think overall, this is actually a pretty fun movie. I really enjoyed it. Do I think it's like I thought
What
go ahead.
would you put this on your 1001, well, your 300 movies to
300.
watch?
No, I wouldn't personally. I was expecting something like really high caliber, and I even think Samuel Fuller's made better movies like Shot Corridor. Now that I
Dark
might put on
Corridor.
1001.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't that one on the 1001?
I'm sure it is actually because it is a great movie. This one I think is a really good movie, and I do like the whole communist angle, and it does play things differently. So I think it's a recommend. But I guess when you put it in that, would I put on the 1001? No, probably not. Just a really good 50s movie.
I would give it a recommend. I didn't hate it. It's just a very, like it took a couple of turns that I wasn't expecting.
Hmm.
Like you said, I was kind of expecting like, his this like tough as nail, like, this crook to all of a sudden gain a conscience,
Yeah.
which that's not what happened. And, you very rarely, at least back then, having, like a total like criminal being like the main character. And, he's just like, like, I'm very much not a redeemable guy, at least until the end of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It takes the whole movie for him to become somewhat redeemable. And even then, it's a little bit of a gray area. I don't necessarily love the guy, but I think that's what's interesting about it. So I'm guessing you wouldn't put it on your 1001, 300, whatever the hell.
Well, no, I mean, I'm really generous. I think there's at least 100,000 movies you need to see before you die.
Oh my God. 100,000. The Sneeze by Tom Edison definitely goes on there. Just like these weird, like short films. The evolution of dance on YouTube. That you gotta watch
Yeah.
that before you die.
Jimmy Rolfe versus the punching bag one.
Well, okay, let's be serious. I don't want to joke here, but that one is on my 300.
That's under,
That's one of the good movies.
that's one. Oh, how many directed by James
Yeah.
Rolfe?
I think his oh my God, I can't say his whole filmography because he has so many movies. It's
Oh,
film
he's got
crazy.
500.
Yeah, crazy to me. Keep making movies, Jimmy. And if you haven't already, be sure to watch Jimmy Rolfe versus the Punching Bag. It's a classic. Uh, but I do think that wraps it up for today. But Ryan, what are we going to be talking about on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, we are going to be continuing this noir trend this week with our next movie. We're going to be talking about I Was a Shoplifter, and that one is free on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to watch that one. And if you want to email us, you can email us at driveanddoubleFeaturePodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like us wherever you're watching from. It helps out the channel, or it helps out the podcast. But until next time.
Until next time.